Hello, welcome back to Crafting in Quarantine with Etobicoke. My name is Marjan Verstappen, and today I felt like carving something. I'm not very good at it, but I like it. And I didn't know what to carve, but then I did some research and I realized that you can carve soap. So I got out my X-Acto knives and this is my practice one. I've carved a little fish, and now I'm going to show you how to do it. So you're going to need a bar of soap, X-Acto knife or two. I have two here. I've got a smaller one and a larger one. You're going to need something sharp like a toothpick or a skewer or a pin to scratch the profile of your design. So I've got some pins here for that. We're going to smooth our sculpture down by just sort of wiping it with a damp paper towel once we're done carving. So I've got some paper towel here for that. I also have a couple of tools that I use for working clay. And just use your imagination. Think about what you have. If you have tweezers, they would be great. You know, toothpicks, skewers, maybe even like nail clipping or nail files, something with a point that's sharp. Think about what kind of tools you could use at home. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pen to sketch the outline of the thing I want to draw. And I'm going to sketch the outline this way, and then I'm going to turn it and do the other line this way. So I have an idea of the profile before I start carving, and I'm going to keep it really, really simple. I'm just going to draw a fish. And if you don't feel quite so confident drawing something freehand on here, you could also go through a magazine and find a picture to cut out, or draw around something, you know, like a coin if you wanted a round shape, or, you know, think about maybe print something out and pick something to print out. I'm just going to keep it simple and do a little fish. And if I make a mistake at this stage, I can always use my damp paper towel to just rub it out. Oh, sorry, you can't see much of this. And I want quite a thick fish, so I don't want to carve out too much of the soap. Okay, so now I've done that. You can kind of see it. Not that bright. I'm just going to turn it on its side and decide, so I want the fish to be quite fat. So I'm going to just establish how I want, where exactly I want to cut out. So I want to be at its widest around the middle of the bar. And then I want it to go in slightly that way, and then I want it to have a skinny tail. Okay, so I've done a rough cut. I'm probably not going to go too much thinner than this, at least until the very end. This is the narrowest point still, unless it breaks, because it will break as it gets fragile. I'm going to start using my skinnier knife now and go over it again and make a few more details. So now I've done some of the finer cuts and I gave it some dorsal fins. I'm going to add some eyes and maybe do a little bit more detail in the tail, give it some texture, and then I'm going to think about smoothing it down. So now I've gotten all the detail I want. I'm just going to give it a bit of a wipe with the stamp paper towel, work out anything that's just sitting on the top and smooth it down a little bit. So here's how mine turned out. It's still got a few bumps from the where I was carving, but I kind of like that look. I don't want it to be perfectly smooth. I could have kept scraping away at it more gently and made it more smooth, but I sort of like that look. If you would like to keep carving yours for a bit longer, I'm sure that would look good too. I'm very interested to see how yours turned out, and you're welcome to send photos into Etobicoke. And in the meantime, I hope you have a good week, and stay safe and stay home.